just in case. Dave's going to ask me a stupid question, so.
Go ahead, Rips. You're up, buddy.
It's you, buddy. Oh, I would want to start off. John, you think you've spoken before about coming back from the West. Like, is that more in your mind a mental thing or is it a physical thing?
I think it's been talked about so much in the league. Long trips, coming back. It's a little bit of both. There's certainly an adjustment you have coming back, and I thought it was a proper thing not to skate tomorrow. Not crazy about having to come in here in the morning and skate, but I think we needed to just through the long trip. But I think it gets talked about so much that it's just like back-to-backs. You're supposed to be tired because you're playing 2 games in 2 nights. I think you can get talked into it. So we just got to go out and play. And can't have any excuses. This is a team that's been on the road for a little bit and has played some games. So the team that's most ready to play and not looking for any type of excuses will win the hockey game.
John, with this team you have now, are you less concerned about that travel issue, knowing the way they've handled some of the adversity and the way they've acted, the way you?
I think they've handled themselves really well as far as those situations, the back-to-backs. I think they have fought through it. I think part of our camp, in some of the things they went through with the mental test we put them through there, helps them. The strength of our team right now in Game 29 is I think they've shown up. It's been all business every time they've been on the ice, and that's expected tonight.
Brandon Saad, we spent a lot of time talking about him a week or 10 days ago. Are you happy with where his game is? Are you looking at his game and saying it's where it should be right now?
It's going down the right road, and from where it was a bit back there, I think he is. I think he understands better in our conversations what's expected, and I think it's going down the right road.
Is Curtis joining tonight?
Yeah. Curtis is in, Bob's out.
John, a lot of times we ask you about the defense or a certain line. Outside of those traditional rules, are there ways that both sides of the ice are supporting one another that you're pleased with in terms of how the team's playing?
Yeah, let's go to the. I think we've played pretty well in front of our goalie for most of the year. When we've had some struggles, I think our goaltending's been outstanding. Not just Bob, but Mac too. Mac has made some huge saves at key times for us. I think sometimes when our 5-on-5 isn't on, our power play has helped us. When a couple other things on, we early in the year we had some really good penalty killing that helped us in games. We're always talking about trying to play a complete game, but we also talk about saving the other guy. If there's a breakdown, someone else has to save him. So as all teams go through, you're never playing a perfect game. You have to find ways to win in different ways, and I think for the most part we've been pretty consistent with that up to this point. The other night was a perfect example. It's easy for me. I liked what happened to us because I think we needed to go through some things in the third period, a couple of fluky goals off skates, but I don't think we lost a beat as far as just our manner and our business-like approach about the game. Easy to say because we won, but I'm hoping I'd be honest enough, even if we lost that game in overtime, I really liked the way we played when they tied it up on a crazy goal, then they tie it up with a minute left. I just like the way we handle ourselves.
Outside of those special teams, are there ways that you like seeing the offense support the defense and vice versa?
Yeah, and what you're defining is the neutral zone. I think if our offense is controlling the puck and our forechecking strong, it takes some pressure off our defense. We do play against good teams that get out of their end zone pretty quickly too. If our offensive people aren't cheating and they're tracking, I think it allows our D to stand up and control the neutral zone. I'm not sure if I'm answering your question or not. That goes hand in hand, and our reloads and tracking, I think, has probably been one of the biggest strengths of our team. And I'm hoping that the players realize that's why we've been able to, in this short little span, have a little bit of success here. So they go hand in hand. All of that stuff goes hand in hand, and hopefully we'll try to stay consistent with it.
Hey, John, the expectations you have at the start of the season, I'm sure every coach wants this close.
I didn't have any. I had an expectation of the first day, and that's the way we've tried to go on about it. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'll let you go ahead. I'm sorry, ask your question.
Yeah, I mean, to be where you're at now, more than 2 months into the season, best percentage in the NHL, are there things that have happened that you just couldn't see coming?
I'm not sure that. I think the way we approached it is that we have zero respect in this league as an organization, and I hope I'm not saying something wrong about the organization, but that I know how teams felt about us in this league. It's a tough league to gain respect, and that's all I asked our guys to do is just take each and every day and try to be the best you can be and just worry about that day, and let's just try to get some respect in the league and build from there. And so I think we have gone step by step here and added some layers towards our confidence that we can play, that we are a pretty good team. That I think the biggest point is not hoping to win, but getting to a mindset of knowing you're going to win. And so we have a good record. We're 29 games into it. I still don't know who we are. I just want us to continue how we're going about our business, and that's each and every day. Worry about what we're doing today, nothing else.
Coach, you said you had very little to say about 500 for yourself. So too about the current streak that you're on.
Meaning?
The winning streak.
I don't pay too much attention to the streaks. To me, for a coach, the games kind of run into one another. We're always evaluating our team on how we're playing, not so much the result. I'm glad we're getting some results, but I don't get into the numbers and the win streaks and this, that. I just watch how our team's playing and keep on going about our business that way. And whether we're winning or losing, we could have a 4-game losing streak, and we could probably, at times, you're probably playing better than when you're playing in a 5-game winning streak. That's the important thing for us, especially with a young team, is coach how they're playing, not so much the result.
And the thing you're counting on, that you can count on when they drop the puck now. The facets of your game that you know will show up.
Yeah, well, you never know. As a coach, you never know. You're not going to get me here to say we got it all figured out. We don't. And for us to continue to have a chance to compete in the game and try to find the right result at the end of the 60-minute game, we have to be concentrating on what we're doing that particular shift, that particular game, that particular period, whatever it may be. And that's how we're trying to go about it.
John, just something about the game tonight, the Kings, the challenges that they present, your first game back here at home.
Big, strong team. We'll be playing along the walls a little bit here. I think we have to be ready to get into the battle. A straight-ahead team, they don't give you much. A team that I think is a dangerous team. There's a lot of different elements to their game that keep them there. I mean, Quickie's major injury early on, and I have a tremendous amount of respect how the organization has handled that. Just staying above it here and trying to find their game as they go about it. So this is a dangerous game. It's a really good club, well coached, and it has a pedigree. I mean, shit, they've won a couple of Stanley Cups. So this is a type of team we look at sometimes and see how they do things. And so this is going to be a hard game for us. We just got to be ready to go.
Beyond bringing his penalties down last year, Arnold, was there something you were looking for from him coming into the season? And through 29 games, how would you assess that he's done with those things?
Yeah, he's been he's handled himself very well. His ice time has been cut a little bit, in where we've balanced out our team, and we've got some young kids here that we're relying on a little bit more in situations. It's taken some of his ice time. He's been a good pro. He's an important guy for us with so much youth around him to handle things in the locker room, handle himself the right way. Yeah, I had, like I told you, if last year, if Hartsey can't control himself, I have to control him, and that's where it ended up into some benchings last year. Haven't had even a sniff of a thought of doing that because I think he's handled himself really well and still plays hard. Does some good things around the net. I know he is really concentrated on away from the puck, where he wants to be relied on more later in games, and I've given him some opportunities there. So, as I said, even when Scotty and I were going through a process last year, and he lost, he sat him a couple games, and I've always liked the guy. He brings a little bit of personality. I think your room needs some personality. So I'm encouraged with his play, and it's just got to keep on going. As everybody else, we got to get better. The league is going to get better. Each individual has to get better, and our team has to get better, and he needs to lead the way.
As the games progressively become more important, you're taking one at a time, obviously, can he be that type of guy who's been through a lot, seen a lot? Like you said, he seems to have that personality that guys gravitate to.
Yeah.
Can he become kind of more important in the room as the year goes?
That has to be part of it. That has to be part of it, and he knows that, especially with the youth. If it isn't, there's going to be a struggle, and as far as what his role is with this team here. So, him and I had a couple of conversations during the summer, and very honest conversations as far as where we're going, and I think he's been a terrific pro for us in a crucial time for the organization with so much youth coming in here, and so it's gone hand in hand pretty well right now. Foxy?
Always for the ex-Kings guys, Jack Johnson, and I know it's only a supporting number, but his plus minus is really looking good, and I'm just wondering if there's, any evolution since he's got here.
Jack Johnson, I think sometimes he gets defined by a number. He's had some pretty crappy numbers as the plus minus. I don't buy even into, and I'll go the other way. I don't buy into his plus right now. I know what Jack Johnson is. We talk about Hartsey, and Jack Johnson is one of the true grittiest competitors I've coached. I think he's changed his game a little bit since when he came into the league. Him and Saville arguably are top defensemen right now as far as playing against top people. But you talk about a definition of a pro, and you see our back end, how much youth is there. Jack says shit with a mouthful. He doesn't say any. He just goes about and plays. And I think it's really important for our young guys just to watch how he handles himself in the training room, in the weight room, on the bus, how he dresses, all the things that these young kids have to understand. We're blessed to have Jack. Forget about how he's playing on the ice, Foxy. He is a competitor. He's a true pro, and that's huge for this team trying to fight its way into respectability in this league. Thank you.